Gamers, waddlers, elites, how you doing? It's me, your boy. Welcome back to Minecraft Guide, episode number 50, World Tour time. Oh boy, this is gonna be a big episode, but it's also nighttime. Biggest inconvenience ever. Elites, grab the H2O, the G Fuel, take a seat because we have a really fun episode today. World Tour time. What does that mean? Well, that means we're going to tour the world. Aha, you see what I did there? We're going to take a look at all of the builds, cook, breathe, live in the nostalgia, talk about the series, check out what we've done, and yeah, really, check out what we've done. That's the perfect way to sum it up. So, before we do anything, I need you to go down below this video and hit that like button, and down in the comments below, drop your favorite episode. Which project was your favorite so far? Let me know down there, and also in that same comment, let me know the biggest thing that you'd like to see in the next half of the season. Today, I have dropped a world download to this world, as it is right here, down in the description of this video. These are the coordinates of the starter house. Right here, the flower forest base. We'll be over at the jungle a little later. I showed the coordinates last episode in case I forget, but I'll try and remember. The world seed for this world is this right here. I left it pasted down in episode 10's description, or you can pause the video and check it out right there, bottom corner of the screen. Pretty nice seed. In fact, it's an amazing seed, all 7s. Throughout today's episode, you'll see numbers pop into the top corner. Those numbers represent what episode I worked on, whatever thing I'm looking at in. And then finally, the shaders, BSL's beautiful shaders. So, world tour time. Today, we're gonna start over here at the flower forest base. The flower forest base is basically our starter home. We were here for like the first 20 episodes of the series. That house, I was in love with that house, don't get me wrong. I still love the house. It's beautiful. The starter house, of course. I love it. It's a nice house. It was my favorite starter house, but I have bigger, better builds now. But the house, inside, the vibes are really on point here. Over here, we have a kitchen with food here. I did leave some things at this base. We need to make a better sweet berry farm over at the other base. Over here, we have a side porch for, I guess, side porching. Pretty cool. And then, almost forgot. How could I forget you, beautiful smithing table? This smithing table right there is where a lot of the armor, the gear was crafted. Check this out. We have full netherite right here, and we have mending on, well, basically everything, thanks to axolotl, of course. These are the main tools that I use right now. There's another pickaxe in the ender chest that has silk touch. This season, fortune has been the big boy, though, the main thing that I've been using. We have an enchanting setup over here. Really happy with how this turned out. And then another map. I actually completely forgot about that map. And then upstairs, we have our OG storage room, excuse me. Speaking of storage rooms, it's definitely something that we need to get on top of soon. It seems like, wow, that's a lot of horse armor. Yeah, in here I left a couple things, but most of it is over at the jungle now. And with that, that pretty much does it for the starter house. It's a small, compact house. I had a lot of fun detailing the inside, a lot of fun building the outside. And like I said, I loved this house. I mean, I still love it, but I love other things a little bit more. Now, the plan with this season was to take things a little bit quicker, and that is exactly what we've done so far. So this is the third Minecraft Guide season. Season 1 kicked it all off. Season 2, I kind of started to learn about things a little bit more, and then Season 3, boy, Season 3 has been my favorite so far. We beat the Ender Dragon back in episode 20. Over here, this was the OG beef supplier for the world. It's a nice building. I like it, but if I were to rebuild it now, I'd use a little bit less spruce. I think it's very spruce heavy. Now, back here, we have, of course, the fully legal potion brewing operation. Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. And then we have a road that goes over this way to the experience farm over here at the starter base. But yeah, the goal was to take this season a little bit quicker, which is what I feel that I've done a really good job of. Like I said, we beat the Ender Dragon at episode 20. We have taken on the Wither legit, like down in the branch mines. No cheating method quite yet. So that's been done. We built an amazing iron farm, but there's still definitely a lot of things that need to be done. But here we are over at the zombie farm. I think this was maybe... I'm pretty sure this was the first experience farm in the world. So, if we go down over here, we of course have the entrance, and then boom, the room. If I stand in this room, the zombie spawner that is behind this wall is actually active. Now, I have not made that room look good because we don't see it, so it doesn't matter. But maybe in 1.17, if we keep the world, we come back in here, put tinted glass in there, make that room look good, ooh, that would look so cool. But at the same time, the spruce in there, the spruce detail back on that wall, yeah, that's one of my favorite walls ever. Probably gonna sound a little weird, but seriously, a lot of the builds in this world are my favorite builds ever, like, that I've ever done. Now, by the way, the zombies are brought down to one hit. It's pretty nice, simple, easy to use. Over here, we have storage chests, which I wanted to bring a bunch of this stuff home with me. Throw that in the sandbox, and a potato. Thank you very much for the potato, but we'll leave it here. Extra armor right there, too. Probably won't need that, but it's there. And that's pretty much it. It's just a simple zombie spawner XP farm linked up to the starter base. Now, in terms of the starter area, that's actually pretty much it. It's honestly hard for me to believe that we spent 20 episodes here, and we have a house, a beef building, and that XP farm. That's basically it. I mean, we have some farms set up over there. Then again, in the early part of the game, we did a lot of exploration and talking about mechanics, but yeah, it seems so little for 20 episodes. Now, the Minecraft guide, in case you're new here, what is it? Well, it's a Let's Play series, but we also break down the mechanics of Minecraft. By the way, look what I finally built. I set up a dock. It's a small dock. I ran out of chains. Don't worry about it. But yeah, I finally came back in here and added a dock. But I think I need to add to it a little bit. I wanted to make it like simple so I could get like up and down onto the dock from the boats, if the boats are cooperating, of course. But yeah, small dock in here. Anyways, Minecraft guide. It's all about the mechanics of Minecraft. We build farms. We do everything cool like that. So anyways, climbing up the mountain, we have our nether portal. If we go into the nether portal, we are going to be in an insanely disappointing room. I have not done anything over here in terms of like a nether hub. Yep, it's just a portal in a room with a couple different hallways. This goes over to the first nether fortress that we found. It's really far away. This is the old way to get to the new base. And then, oh, well, this goes down into the main nether and also the ancient debris mines if you go all the way down. And then over here, this is the actual way back over to our proper nether hub. The nether hub that actually looks good. And also, by the way, while running in here, I wanted to say BSL shaders in the nether, in the Soul Sand Valley. This is terrifying. This feels freezing and dead, which is weird because it's the nether. But, yep, definitely terrifying. Actually shaking right now, literally. GG. No re. Anyways, if we keep following this hallway, eventually we're going to hit a bright hallway. This hallway right here. So, we have a couple options here. We could go back to the nether hub, or we could jump in the boat that I left here and actually go out to the blaze base, which is what I think I would like to do first. Now, if we go down this hallway, eventually we're going to find a fence gate right here. The fence gate. Boat. Let me out. The fence gate right here. This intersection goes over to the stronghold. I did finish this hallway, as you can see here, but the nether hub over there is not finished either. It's just a room with a portal in it. And then the stronghold, it's just a stronghold. There's nothing in it. Now, because we're in the Soul Sand Valley, this hallway is spawn-proof because of the light level. Yeah, which is pretty amazing. I can cruise right down this hallway easily, and yes, I've never seen anything in here because, again, it's way too bright. But here we are over at the blaze base. So we have an enchanting setup that gets us all the way to an impressive whopping 24. I never finished the bookshelves in here, but it's here. It's an enchanting setup, and whenever I come back over here to do more things, which we'll probably be doing soon, I'll make this work. I'll make it better, I promise. Small little setup with random things here. Here's that other pickaxe. We do have an elytra too. Not to flex, I know, not to flex too much, I know. But anyways, we have a ladder over here. If we go down the ladder all the way, we're gonna pass through another fortress, and then we're gonna land in what I call the blaze base, which is basically a blaze farm. The blaze farm is my main XP source in this world. If I need to heal anything up, which, by the way, I do need to do that. I gotta fix this pickaxe up. We've done a lot of digging. But if I need to fix anything up, this is exactly where I would go. So up here, we have an activation platform. When I stand up here, the spawner is activated, and it's going to spawn blaze. This way is the nether fortress, which we will be back to very soon. Hold up. In fact, real quick, we're going to bring Wattler out, take out that skeleton. We don't like the skeleton, and I need to check out the wither skeletons. I know it's a sidetrack, but wither skulls. Let's go, wither skull. Give me the head. Give me the wither skull. Wither skull? Okay, or the stone sword. The stone sword is equally as disappointing. Oh my gosh, look at the magma cube with a shader. Okay, all right, that's cool. Anyways, this nether fortress is really good. The wither skeleton spawner rates are crazy. Over here, just a small area with a bunch of netherrack that I want to smelt up and a simple basalt generator. Back to the blaze base. If we continue going down the ladder, we have the actual room where I can stand and use the farm. So down here, the blaze are moved down here. It's a pretty basic blaze farm. We stand here, we take the blaze out with their sword, everything mends up. It's amazing, and we get a bunch of blaze rods too because of looting 3. It's really nice. Over here, a little bit of extra storage, tons of blaze rods here. Over there, just the essentials, you know, a crafting table, ender chest, that type of thing. A little bit of nether wart growing here, and then a glass floor above the lava ocean, which I absolutely love. But at the same time, I kind of hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not insanely impressed with what I came up with the floor in here. I need to come back here and either change it to all just black glass or something like that, or like commit to that pattern and go crazy with it. But that's the blaze base. Oh, by the way, really quick, we have an exit to the Soul Sand Valley, but we don't go out there. It's dangerous. So yeah, that's the blaze base. Absolutely love that blaze farm. It's amazing. It's really good. And if you're gonna do the world download and you're playing in this world, like adding to it or whatever you're doing, well, 1, tweet me a screenshot of you standing in front of your favorite area in this world. And 2, if you need to heal up my tools, which you definitely will need to, they were left at the jungle starter house, by the way, where we're going next. But if you want to heal them up, you're going to need to go to the blaze farm. So definitely head over here, check it out. It takes no time at all to get to it. You just go in the boat and go down this thing. No effort at all, which is really amazing. Now, here we are, boom, over in the main nether hub. Why are the piglins in here? No, you get out of here. I never blocked the spawns on top of the portal. Get out of here, beasts. No piglins allowed. Yeah, so I was going to intro the nether hub with the fact that it is spawn proof. But as you saw there, it is technically not entirely. Pigmen can spawn up on top of the portal. I need to put like buttons up there or something, but here we are, the nether hub. It is all the way up at Y113. It's by the nether ceiling. We haven't broken up there quite yet, but oh boy, I love the nether hub. We have glass in here. We have a light and buttons and non-spawnable blocks everywhere. A lodestone right there, which is cool. A nether map because, I mean, it's cool. Maybe we'll make a wallpaper out of it. A bunch of extra useful stuff over here, including this sword that I'm going to ditch here. This is a lodestone compass, 2 of them actually. I think they both go to that lodestone. If we keep walking around, it is a gigantic circle. We have 2 extra wings right there, and then on the other side, I don't know if I'm going to use them. If I don't use them, maybe soon I just come back in here and put other blocks, but yeah, a circular nether hub. Now, you guys haven't seen this quite yet, but this tunnel, I mean, you see the tunnel, but you haven't seen what I've done here. I put a bunch of sandstone here because, of course, this goes over to the resource desert. Down this hallway, if you ride the boat thing, it's going to be just like the other one. We're not going to do it, but down this hallway is a desert and the frozen ocean. That's where I get all of the ice from, where I get all of the sand from. So I decided to go with the whole deserty feel, a little bit of jungle wood in here. Risky, I know, but it's been fine so far. But yeah, so that goes to the resource desert. If you need sand, if you need ice, that is the way to go. Now, in terms of the nether, we do have one more thing that honestly I actually always forget about. If we go down here, down this ladder, we're going to go down into the main nether again. But there is another ladder over there that's going to take us even deeper, which is definitely where we want to go next. The nether with the shader pack. I haven't seen it quite yet. Oh, this is amazing. See, I used to love BSL shaders, but for some reason, I had uninstalled them, like removed them, probably like a glitch or something, and I forgot about them. And then I put a tweet out, and a bunch of you reminded me of it, and thank you so much if you reminded me, because it's amazing. But here we are, over at the Strider Bay now. So, we'll go ahead and walk out here really quick. It's a little risky, but we'll check it out. The Strider Bay. Okay, the shader glow is a little intense, not gonna lie, because of the lava, but there it is. We have a basalt, a little house right there with black stone and everything, and then of course we have a Strider sitting out front of the thing waiting to go. It's amazing. I really love this build. I'm really happy with it, but if I could change one thing about it, honestly, I would leave the build alone, but I would put it in the overworld because I think it's a really cool looking build, but I never get to see it because, I mean, it's the nether, and I don't really come out here, like, ever, other than exploration, which we probably should do again soon, but yeah, that's it. The Strider Bay, just a small, simple building with a Strider waiting right there that I can use whenever I need it to. We have a lodestone compass right there that is linked to the top lodestone, and then, of course, the steering wheel. In terms of the Strider Bay, though, there's actually not much else. We have a brewing stand right here ready to go in case I need something, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a simple little Strider docking area. Honestly, now that we have the elytra, we could just explore the nether with the elytra, so the Strider Bay is borderline pointless, but it's still cool, okay? We have an amazing Strider that I kind of forgot the name of. I think I named it. I forgot the name of it, though. Alright, but to back up the ladder to the nether hub and then through the central nether portal to the jungle base. Now the jungle base is our main base. This is where we're living. So that flower forest base, I would consider that the early game base. This place right here, where I'm sleeping right now, I would consider this the mid-game base. This is where we've been since episode 21, basically. I mean, it took a couple episodes to move out here, but yeah, basically, episode 21 after the Ender Dragon, we moved out here. Now, it's obviously, clearly, in a jungle. I picked the spot because of this amazing hill right there. Look at that. It's so cool. And then the water out here, I love the water too, but the hill, it looks so cool. So, this is like a dock area with a nether portal. I decided to leave it out in the open. Still not entirely in love with the nether portal, but I think it's cool. It's kind of demonic looking. This season, I have been trying to go crazy with the detailing, and I've been trying to make sure I finish all of the builds when I start them. So, that's what's up with all the detail around here. To detail the jungle, I've come in with like a bunch of spruce leaves, oak leaves, flowers. I think it's turning out pretty nicely, and then one of my favorite things that I've done is shroom lights from the trees, but I'm very low. I think I'm actually out of shroom light, and I'm very low on the nether wood. Definitely have to set a farm up for those things very, very soon here, maybe in one of the next episodes after the tour. But yeah, the shroom light in the tree, it kind of matches the cocoa bean. It lights up this whole area, which, speaking of light, this area is basically spawn-proof, I think. Other than the roofs of the buildings, it's spawn-proof. So, let's actually start by going this, well, no. We'll start here. When we move to the jungle, this is the first thing that we set up. I need to harvest it, but it's a crop farm, centered around the brand new cow farm. Up top, we have bees living. The bees fly back and forth over the crops to help pollinate them, and they go to these flowers right there, back and forth, And yeah, like I said, when they fly over the crops, they pollinate the crops a little bit because of the whole flower thing. It's pretty cool, but I think the bees are escaping, so I should probably build a contained bee house soon to like resupply this house with bees, because they're supposed to stay close to their home, but they end up flying really far away sometimes. So that's where we started with the jungle. Then if we go over here down this road, we have the jungle starter house. Oh boy, I love this building even more than I love the other starter house. Not very many good views in here of the build because it's a very, very cramped area, but the jungle starter house, I love this build. It's got kind of like three main components of it. We have the whole, or maybe four if you want to count this. We have the entrance, then we have the long stretch, we have a stretch over here, and then we have the enchanting area over there. So, inside of the place, boom, here we go. The detailing in here is still a work in progress, admittedly. Every once in a while, I come back in here and add a little bit more detail, change things up, like add a chest over there, have a whole enchanting area over here. Yeah, it's kind of a work in progress. Right here, the star of the show, Agent 72. Actually, not. Agent 72 is just here, trying to take out all of the birds in the jungle. Enchanting setup right here with lots and lots of mending. Actually running low, gonna have to buy some mending very, very soon. But enchanting setup, and don't worry, this one does get you all the way to level 30. Impressive stuff. Moving over this way, we have the comment of the daybook, and we have the old comment of the daybook stored in there. Extra map as well. The other map is right here. We have successfully filled in one map in the series. So the green is where we are. The starter house is all the way up there, where I guess the other green is. The other green is where the original copy of this map is. I don't know. Never seen that before, but it's cool. And exploring stuff. Enchanted gear. Don't know what to do with it. Rosie, the best cat in the world, right there. And then the storage room, which is, I promise, insanely organized. Definitely organized. Lots of room. You can find everything that you need in like 2 seconds. I promise. Yeah, the diamond count right there. The ancient debris count, 3 plus that, which means I could actually make one more thing, netherite, which would probably be that pickaxe. Should do that soon. But yeah, the storage room that we definitely need to expand sometime soon. I really love this building though, and this room in particular because of the openness of it all. It's in the jungle, and then the barrels. The barrels up here, I really like that design choice. All of my gear should have been in a sandbox. This box right here. Instead of rotten flesh, it's the inventory, or basically everything in the inventory. Moving back outside, let's go over this way and then down over here. This goes to the branch mine. A tragedy happened here that we don't talk about. Over here, we have an automatic minecart unloader. It's simple. We actually haven't done too much redstone quite yet in this series, which is definitely something that I want to change in the next stretch of the series. We need an automatic sheep farm. We need more auto farms in general. We need more redstone things. But we have the staircase that goes all the way down to the bottom of this area right here. Then the branch mine right here, which is also conveniently right next to an underground mine shaft. It's right there. Then you know the deal. We have long hallways that I was mining in. It's pretty cool. Over here, we have a minecart. If I put something in this minecart, like let's say those two things, and then press the button, it's going to go all the way up to the top. We have a shortcut right here. We'll jump in the bubble column, and we go all the way back up to the surface. We should beat the minecart. All right, there, boom. It's going to go over here, stop, unload everything, and then it's going to dip out. Then all of the things that are dropped off are inside of this chest right here. If I ever have to do any mining, which I haven't done in a while, definitely should, this is where I would do it. I would go down under the ground and mine there. If we go back up here, we have two options. We go back to the town, or we go to Axolotl. Of course, Axolotl is the next step. So if we go down over here, Axolotl, Axolotl, Axolotl. How are you doing? How are you doing? There she is. That's Axolotl right there. What's so special about Axolotl, you ask? Well, obviously, don't insult Axolotl right here. Mending. 1 emerald, oh yes, best price in the world, other than free, right there. Mending, which is perfect. And then, that's it. We have to do some work on Axolotl, get Axolotl to level up. Probably have to buy some lanterns because that'll give it a lot of experience, or of this, and just disenchant the stuff. But yeah, that's Axolotl. Axolotl has their own building right in here, which is perfect. Axolotl and I, best friends. I even gave Axolotl a special bridge, but let's actually go ahead and jump off of this area right here and go over here to this isolated thing. This isolated thing is the villager breeder. Inside of it, we have 2 villagers, and they will breed whenever I tell them to. How do I tell them to? Well, simple. I turn the breeder on. You see that light right now? The light is off, which means it's off. If I were to flick this lever over here, I would turn the breeder on, but I don't want that to happen. I don't want extra villagers right now. I finally took care of all of the extra villagers I had, so yeah. How does it work? Sticky piston right there. It moves the block back, then the villagers can see the bed, or, well, yeah, they can see the beds and think they can get to the beds, but trick, they can't. They're trapped in this area. There's a gap right there and a trap door right there, so they can't ever make it over to the beds, but if they see the beds, they think they can breed, and they can, and they, yep, do the thing, you know, it's all automatic. It's a village breeder. You know how it works. And if you don't, go back and check the episode. Haha, GG. Now, the villager breeder is isolated, and it's isolated for a big reason. That reason, the iron farm. We do have an iron farm over here, which is amazing. We built it a couple episodes back. You can see it over there, but we'll get to it in a minute. Eventually, maybe I'll build a bridge over to the villager breeder, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. It's kind of fine like that. I really just use boats to get over to the thing, pick the villagers up from that bottom area, and then take them to where they need to go. So, going back down over here, we have the starter house. The 2 dogs, by the way, we have Pam and Yellow. Perfect. And then over here, definitely didn't just make that up, by the way, but yeah. And then the sugarcane farm. This is the first little farm that we built in this world. It runs. It's not that productive, but it runs. Oh boy. Eventually, I'd like to beef up a sugarcane farm, build a better one, and then probably just stop that one altogether because we don't really need it running if we have a better sugarcane farm. But it does make sugarcane automatically, which is good. Back outside, we have a very compact feel in the jungle, but honestly, I love it. I love how all the builds are, oh, ocelot, ocelot, ocelot. That's amazing. I don't know if we can tame that ocelot. I don't know if I have a spot for that ocelot even. Oh, that's beautiful. We can't tame the ocelot. I don't know if it'll even do anything. If I give it fish, I think it'll lead me to a temple. I don't know. That's cool. That's an ocelot. Anyways, I was saying I love the compact feel here. It is my favorite. Like, it makes everything feel finished. Like, this area, it's definitely done. You know, we have the terraforming and the paths and everything. Yep, absolutely love that. And I feel that that's something that I've honestly never had in any of my worlds. Like, literally never, which is pretty cool. So the timing here is literally on point. Check out this tower. This is, not to lie, not to flex too much again, the best tower that I've ever built. It's a working clock tower. As soon as we can sleep, the lantern up there, right in the middle of that clock, will turn on. And then, yeah, like I said, as soon as we can sleep, it turns on, which means I'll be able to run over to the bed right there and sleep. There is a way up into the clock tower. I'll show you in a minute, but first we're going to wait for that light to turn on, and I'll show you how it works, because I actually don't think I've shown it on camera quite yet. But can we appreciate this tower really quick? Because, yeah, I am just so proud of myself and so happy with this tower. I love it. It turned out exactly like I wanted it to, and it is by far the tallest build in this world. But here we go. We'll move up here. It's going to happen any second here. I promise. The sunsets with the shader are absolutely beautiful. But you know what's even more beautiful? A clock tower that's light has turned on. All right, so boom, the light's on right there. We lay down, we sleep right away. I wanted to build this indicator for sleeping so then I knew whenever I had to sleep, because while I'm working on a project, of course, I don't want to work at nighttime, don't want to build and then a creeper walks up. So yeah, and I would find myself like standing by a bed, spamming it, wasting time. So now all I need to do is look for the clock tower. If the light's on, I can sleep. If it's not, I've got a little bit more time. Now the view up here is on point. Right now, this is where most of our builds are in the jungle, but we do have a couple builds over here. We have one down there. We have another one that's brand new right over there. And then we have a beautiful, beautiful iron farm right over there that we're going to check out in a minute, but the clock tower. Now, I'm still unsure about what I want to do up here. Not 100% sure, going to have to figure that out soon. But I was thinking maybe a dragon egg storage. That could be a cool spot for it. We do have the egg. It's just in a storage chest right now, which is not good, but I don't know. Again, though, the view up here, it is amazing. Now, this is a quick way out. We just jump out of that, jump down here. Right here, we have a maxed out beacon with haste 2 to be more specific. We have a goal this season. We're going to get a beacon for every single type of mineral. That means gold, emerald, diamond, and yes, even netherite eventually. Right now we just have a full iron beacon. So over here is the chicken coop. The chicken coop is a pretty new build. The chicken coop is an egg farm, which is apparently running amazingly. I have not checked on that since the start of the last episode. That's great. All of these chickens have grown up. I could maybe even breed a couple more chickens, but honestly, I don't know how productive I want this thing to be. I mean, it already has a lot of chickens. It's probably fine. I mean, all of those eggs were from one episode's runtime, which is crazy. Yeah, we're gonna have an overflow very soon. Over here, this all connects and reaches back over towards the bee farm, which is perfect. We have an option to expand a path that way and that way, but that's kind of a dead end. And then we wrap back down over this way to a bridge. Here is the bridge that I've built recently. I really like the bridge. Over across the bridge, we have sheep standing over here in a random pen. They definitely deserve an auto farm. Soon, my friends, soon. Then if we go this way, there's no road quite yet, but if we go over this way following the shoreline, we have a bunch of extra materials that I got from digging this area out, and then this area. So up top, we have my iron farm. This is my design. I came up with this design as for 1.16. It works beautifully, flawlessly, which is perfect. Remember, if you build this thing, you saw the iron farm episode, but not the episode after, don't put workstations in it. Workstations break it. Anyways, it runs flawlessly. All of the iron golems spawn up there on the platform. They go over and then they fall right here down into this pit. Right there, we have the toaster right there. The iron golem toaster 3000. It's perfect. It cooks up all of the iron golems, and then the hoppers right below it pick up all the loot and put it down in that chest. Now check this out. Around the iron farm, we have this interesting oozing purple haze. What is it? Of course, some sort of chemical that I should never touch. Oh yeah, iron golem goodbye. Now if we want to go down there, right now we just jump down this water into this little like steam area, hot spring. That's what it's called. It's a hot spring. And then right here, oozing chemical. I'm touching it. Whoops, my bad. And then boom. So much iron. Look at this. We're going to need to move that iron very, very soon. All of the poppies go over here for now. This is one of my favorite areas of the world. We have iron everywhere. We have decorations around here. Yeah, I just love the vibe of this iron farm area. This is like the exact vision that I wanted to create here with it. And I think it looks so cool. And again, hot spring. Look at that. Smoke coming out of the water. How did I do it? I wouldn't be able to tell you. It's a secret. If you know, you know. Shh. So that's the iron farm. We did that really recently. And then finally, last but not least, most recently, the cabin in the woods, or more specifically, the zombie cabin in the woods. So here we are. This build definitely needs to be connected up with a path, but also I need to build a build in here to kind of link it up too. We'll do that very soon. Over here, if we go in here, we have, of course, oh, what is going on here? Burb, I see you've made your way over here. Don't you dare tempt that villager with your talk of freedom. Do not, villager. Do not, Burb. Do not. You've made it so far. Don't say anything. Anyways, we have a cabin in here. It's pretty cool. I've decorated it. And then we have a zombie spawner right under the surface. And actually, surprisingly, it is active right in here. If I stand around in this room, zombies will fly up this bubble column right there. And right there, you saw that? They fly up it, and then they get dropped down right over here. They're brought down to a one-hit kill. I take them out just like that. Boom, level 30. That's perfect. And then I take the rotten flesh and turn around and sell it to this villager right there for profit. Now, eventually, once we have a gold farm, we're going to come back over here and sell gold to this cleric as well, and then maybe we could even discount the prices, if you know what I mean. I haven't done it quite yet, but maybe. I'm strongly considering that. So anyways, it's basically an emerald farm, a zombie flesh emerald farm, and this is where we've ended up in the series. This build was built in the last episode, but I mean, hey, you never missed a Minecraft guide episode. You already know that. You already know it. I love this build though. I really like how it turned out. I feel like the shape of the build itself is like perfect. We have a simple roof line, but then there's granite on the inside, which is really, really cool. I would totally put copper in there in 1.17, but yeah, you can't really see the build very much, but it's there. And then that glass thing, that's the zombie elevator that goes all the way up to Y88 and then drops them. It actually kind of blends in here, which is perfect. But this tree, the vines, the vines at least, they definitely have to go. And so I think, as long as I'm not missing anything, which I don't think I am, that is actually all of the Minecraft guide world up until episode number 50. Did I miss anything? If I did, that's embarrassing, but call me out on it down below. I'm pretty sure I didn't. If you haven't yet, if you needed a refresher, there you go. Which build, which episode was your favorite, and what would you like to see done next in this series? Episode 1 of the series dropped back on September 4th, 2020. The series, it's definitely not over right now. It's just getting started. I have felt the most inspired that I have ever felt in any Minecraft world in this world. I absolutely love it. But that is going to wrap it up for the world tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, again, world download down below the video. The seed, did I clear it? No, I don't think I did. Right there, the seed is that, but it's also pasted in episode 10's description. On the end card of this video, I will leave the Minecraft guide playlist. Definitely check it out if you like what you saw in today's tour. I wouldn't be able to make this series without my patrons. Speaking of patrons, a big shout out to Relitzik and Violet Pirate today. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you all for watching. Stay elite. Until next time, it's been me, your boy, Waddly. Goodbye.